God is gently calling you back to listen to His voice in this very moment. Beloved child, do not regard these words as a passing coincidence, and do not let your eyes merely glide over each line while your heart remains closed. I am drawing near to you with kindness, with gentle light, with a loving reminder that you have not been forgotten amid the long days of weariness. There are moments in life that do not come with noise, but arrive like a soft knock upon the inner door of your being, announcing that heaven still sees you, still hears the things you have not had the strength to speak, and is still preparing the change you have silently longed for. You have been chosen to stand before a wondrous sign, not because you are more perfect than others, nor because you have never grown weak, but because I have seen in you a heart that still knows how to look upward, still knows how to hope, still knows how to believe that my holy hand can open what no one expected. I am speaking to you, not with thunder that makes you afraid, but with a gentle stirring that touches the deepest place within you. Many times, I have sought to bring you back into my peace. Sometimes, I did it through an unexpected silence in the middle of your day. Sometimes through a line of words that made you pause. Sometimes through a feeling so light, yet so clear that you should not give up. You thought you were merely passing through ordinary days. Yet I had quietly placed small signs along the road you walked. I saw you when you tried to appear strong before others, while inside you carried so many things that had not yet been named. I saw the moments when you smiled to hide your exhaustion, the moments when you wondered whether your prayers had truly been heard, the moments when you nearly wanted to let go because every door seemed to remain silently shut. My child, not 1 second of those moments has been forgotten before me. When I say that you have been chosen to witness a rare miracle, understand that this is not merely a beautiful comfort for your mind, but an invitation for you to step into deeper trust. What I am preparing for you does not always come in the way you imagined, nor does it always take the shape you have drawn in your thoughts. Perhaps you are hoping for a number, a door, a confirmation, a release from the pressure weighing heavily upon your shoulders. I know it all. I know what you need before you are able to put it into words. But remember this, the true miracle is not only what you receive in your hands, but also the transformation I carry out within your heart, so that you may become steadfast, discerning, grateful, and ready to preserve the blessing when it arrives. The abundance I give is not only to fill what is lacking, but also to enlarge your vision, heal your fear, and lead you into a life with greater purpose. Therefore, when I teach you to keep hidden the sacred thing being sown into your life, it is not because I want you to be afraid, but because I want you to be wise. Not every seed should expose itself to strong winds at the very beginning. There are sprouts of blessing that need to be protected in silence, watered by quiet faith, and nurtured in prayer and humility. If you hastily bring what I have placed within you before every eye, the doubts, mockery, envy, or careless words of others may cause you to waver before that blessing has had time to grow. I do not want you to lose your peace by having to explain yourself to those who have not been entrusted to understand your journey. There are things that should remain only between me and you, in the most hidden place, where divine love does not need the applause of the crowd in order to be real. The urgency you feel is not meant to make you panic, but to awaken you from delay. I do not want you to keep saying, "Tomorrow I will believe." When everything is clearer, I will step forward. When I see a greater sign, then I will open my heart. My child, there are doors that are not opened by hesitation, but by the moment you decide to trust. The clock itself is not the most important thing. What matters is the readiness of your heart before my call. If your heart remains divided, standing between hope and fear, it will be difficult for you to recognize my hand placed right before you. I am not forcing you to chase after a vague promise, but I am inviting you to become still, to open your heart, and to let your faith be awakened with gentleness. What I give does not come to purchase your attention, but to remind you that I remain your source, your refuge, the one who knows every hidden lack within you. I know you have prayed for a breakthrough. I know you have longed for a specific answer so deeply that even a small sign would be enough to bring tears to your eyes. I know the sacrifices you have told no one about, the times you gave the better portion to another and quietly accepted loss, the nights when you lay still while your heart was filled with questions. I also know there were times when you watched others being supported, having doors opened, entering their harvest season, while you still stood in a long and weary waiting. But beloved child, delay does not mean I have denied you. A season of silence does not mean I am absent. There are things I am arranging behind the veil that your eyes cannot yet see. There are roads I am making smooth, hearts I am preparing, and resources I am drawing near to your life in ways you never expected. So do not let fear steal this moment from you. Do not let old memories of disappointment convince you that the future will only repeat sorrow. What has passed has no authority to define what I am about to do. The doors that once closed were not proof that you were abandoned. At times, they were my way of protecting you from places that were never meant for you. The losses you endured were not the final point. At times, they were the clearing of the path so that you would no longer cling to what was too small compared with what I desired to give you. Breathe gently. Place your hand upon your heart, and remember that I did not lead you here to disappoint you. I am calling you closer because I want you to hear more clearly, see more deeply, believe more strongly, and walk with a peace that is not shaken by the noise outside. If you feel me touching you in this moment, respond not only with words, but with a truly open heart. Let your amen become the yes of faith, the agreement of the heart, the confirmation that you are ready to lay down your worries and receive what is good in the way I choose. Do not respond to me with haste, nor with greed, but with pure trust. I do not only want to give you something that makes you joyful for a brief moment. I want to build within you a lasting foundation of peace. I do not only want you to receive a blessing and then continue living in fear. I want you to understand that the greatest blessing is knowing that you are loved, guided, preserved, and called by name through a love that never runs dry. Beloved child, keep this moment like a small lamp within your heart. Do not let it be extinguished by doubt. Do not let it be swept away by idle talk. Do not let it become a passing emotion and then sink into forgetfulness. Continue walking in watchfulness, in gratitude, in humility, and in faith that I am working even when you have not yet seen the result. What I have prepared for you will come at the right time, in the right way, through the right door. And when it comes, you will understand why I taught you to wait, why I taught you to be silent, why I taught you to believe when there was no evidence in your hands. I am here, closer to you than your breath, gentler than the dawn, and firmer than every promise of the world. Listen, open your heart, and let me lead you into the season of blessing that I have long kept for you. The moment you decide to place your full trust in me, a new door begins to open. And what I have opened, no hand can shut. Beloved child, do not hurry past this word as though it were only a fleeting echo amid the noise of your day. There are blessings that have come very near. Yet because the human heart is distracted, because the eyes are pulled away by small things, something great can be missed in silence before it has time to touch one's life. I do not want you to lose this moment. I do not want you to hear my voice like a distant breeze and then return to old worries, old habits, and old doubts. Remain in my presence. Let your heart grow quiet. Let every breath become tender before the love that is covering you. For this is not merely a reminder, this is a milestone. This is the moment when I touch the place you thought had closed, stir the place you thought had fallen asleep, and begin a quiet yet powerful transformation in your life. You have passed through many days without even knowing why you were still standing. There were mornings when you woke with weary eyes and still forced yourself to keep going. There were nights when you asked whether your prayers were heard, whether your quiet efforts were recognized, whether the tears no one witnessed still held any meaning before heaven. Today I say to you, nothing has been forgotten. Not one pain of yours has drifted into emptiness. Not one time when you chose patience instead of giving up has escaped my sight. The seasons you thought were delays were truly seasons in which I was shaping you in the hidden place. The roads you called unfair were the very places where I made your heart deeper, your mind clearer, your faith stronger, and your hands able to receive the great thing I am preparing to send down. The great number you have heard does not speak only of wealth, nor is it merely an image of abundance, as human beings often measure it. It is a sign of expansion, of limits being removed, of old chains being broken, of debts that weighed upon your heart being released, of fears that once clung to your mind dissolving before the light I place within you. It represents multiplied opportunities, unexpected paths being opened, help arriving at the right moment, connections being arranged, and supporting hands that you had never known before. I am not limited by the systems of the world. I do not need favorable conditions in order to provide. I do not need you to see every step before you act. When I give you something, I give it with purpose. When I open a way, that way has its appointed time. When I lift you up, I also teach you to bow your head in humility so that you may preserve what has been entrusted to you. Therefore, do not look upon your difficult years as proof that you were forgotten. No, my child, that was the place where I prepared you. I allowed you to learn how to stand when no one applauded. I taught you to trust when the answer had not yet appeared. I allowed you to pass through silence so you could distinguish between mere noise and the true call. I refined you not to make you smaller, but so that you would not be overthrown when the blessing became greater than what you had ever prayed for. There are gifts that require mature hands. There are doors that open only when the heart has become soft enough, awake enough, grateful enough, and faithful enough. What I am placing before you requires not only longing, but steadiness, not only desire, but a faith that knows how to stand still when the winds rise. In these sacred minutes, I do not measure you by perfection, but by willingness. Are you willing to trust me before you see the result? Are you willing to follow the small light I place before your feet? Even when you cannot yet see the whole road, are you willing to remain silent before doubtful voices? To guard the seed I give you, and to let it grow in the hidden place? Faith does not bloom only when everything is clear. Faith is most beautiful when you still choose to place your hand in mine while the mist has not yet lifted. I know there are still whispers within you. How can this happen? How can my life become different? How can things that have been stuck for so long finally open? Lay those questions down at my feet, for what seems impossible in your eyes does not trouble me. What appears locked before you can still open when I speak a new season. But be wise, beloved child. Not everything I place within your heart needs to be spoken immediately. There are promises that must be protected in quietness before they are revealed in the light. Not everyone can rejoice over what they do not yet understand. Not everyone knows how to bless a journey they did not witness from the beginning. Some will look at your blessing through the measure of their own fear. Some will call what I am doing impossible, simply because they have never dared to believe. Therefore, I teach you to keep the holiness of this word within your heart, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. A newly planted seed does not need noise, it needs good soil, patience, honest tears, and light in its proper season. Let your heart become like a garden cared for by me. I am pulling out the weeds of inferiority from within you, wiping away the traces of old disappointment, and softening the hardened places caused by waiting too long. I am placing in you a peace that does not depend on outward circumstances. That peace will remind you that you do not need to chase every sound, prove yourself to everyone, or beg before doors that have closed. Because I have the power to open better doors, wider doors, purer doors, and doors more fitting for you. What I do will not only cause you to receive, it will also help you understand why you had to wait. When that season comes, you will look back and realize that not one day was wasted, not one lesson was useless, and not one delay was outside the arranging hand of mine. So right now, breathe in faith. Lay down the hurry that wants to control every outcome. Stop seeing yourself as someone left behind, for I am bringing you into the right position. What you thought was arriving late is actually arriving on time. What you thought was too great is still held within the palm of my hand. What you thought was beyond reach will become near when you walk by faith. I did not call you here so that you would continue living small within fear. I called you so that you would remember you belong to the light, to the promise, to a plan more beautiful than the disappointments of the past. Keep this word within your heart like a lamp sheltered from the wind. Let it illuminate your decisions, strengthen your steps, soothe your worries, and prepare you for the door that is opening. For when I have begun, I will also complete. When I have called your name, I will also lead you onward. And when I bless you in the right season, No power can take from you what I have placed in your hands. The number 750 million may overwhelm your heart. But to me, it is not beyond my power. My child, the things that make you tremble because they seem too great are in my hand, like a tiny drop of dew resting on the tip of morning grass. I am the one who holds every source, the one who causes closed doors to open, the one who makes a path that seemed ended shine again beneath your feet. What you call rare, I can make ordinary in a season of grace. What you think would take a lifetime to touch, I can arrange through one meeting, one message, one idea, one opportunity that seems very small. Therefore, do not look at that number with the eyes of lack, but look with faith that all provision rests in my hands. Beloved child, the miracle I am placing before you is not a gamble drifting aimlessly through life, nor is it some nameless coincidence falling into your days. It is my intention, an arrangement preserved for the proper time, an answer to the days when you quietly endured and no one knew. Artemis, you thought you were only an ordinary person among many others, but I saw in you an endurance the world could not measure. I saw the times you wanted to give up but still rose again. I saw the moments when you smiled gently to cover your weariness. I saw the nights when you were silent, not complaining, only trying to keep your heart from growing cold. In those hidden places, I was building in you a firm foundation so that you could carry the great thing I am about to entrust to you. So stay awake in peace, for my movement may begin with something very small. It may be a notification appearing at a moment you did not expect. It may be a phone call, an introduction, a door opening after many times when you thought you had been rejected. It may also be an idea that suddenly comes into your heart, light as the wind, yet carrying the key that opens an entire new season. Do not despise humble beginnings, for I often place great seeds in small vessels. I do not need drums resounding through the heavens in order to begin a miracle. I only need your heart to be ready, your ears willing to listen, and your steps no longer held back by fear. In this moment, I am drawing you closer into harmony with my goodwill, not to make you tense, not to make you rush in confusion, but to awaken within you a faith that had once been covered by the dust of life. You have doubted for too long because of old disappointments. You have learned to protect yourself with caution, so much so that when a blessing draws near, you are afraid. You may be hoping wrongly again, but I do not sow within you a false ray of light. I do not bring you to the edge of the door only to make you stand outside and look in. I am teaching you to open your heart, because there are gifts that cannot enter a heart still locked by painful memories. My child, doubt can slow what faith can draw nearer, not because I become weaker when you doubt, but because your heart needs to open in order to receive what I give. When you choose to believe instead of retreat, when you choose to listen instead of ignore, you are stepping into the flow of provision I have prepared. You do not need to understand every detail before obeying my guidance. A child in the hand of a father does not need to know the whole long road. The child only needs to know that the hand holding him is a loving hand. I am holding you in that same way, firmly and gently, not allowing you to be swept away by voices that make you see yourself as small. I know you have had seasons of being overlooked, underestimated, and treated as though you were not capable of touching great things. People looked at you from the surface, through what their eyes could see, through your present circumstances, through temporary lacks, and then quickly drew conclusions about your worth. But I have never looked at you that way. I see the hidden depth that they cannot touch. I see your patience, your sincerity, your endurance, and the times when you still chose what was right, even when no one applauded. Quietly, I have been building in you a strength that criticism cannot destroy and neglect cannot erase. Therefore, when this miracle is revealed, many will be astonished, not because you lifted yourself up, but because my hand lifted you at the appointed time. Understand this, the urgency in my word is not pressure, but love calling you into a ripe moment. I do not use fear to force you. I use gentleness to awaken you. There are doors that open only in a certain season, opportunities that require a watchful heart to recognize, and small shifts that can determine an entire long journey. So do not let hesitation drag you back to the old place. Do not let unanswered questions make you stand still before a new threshold. Simply remain in the present with me. Listen to me, trust me, and let peace guide your steps. Then you will see what once seemed distant begin to draw near. 750 million is not merely a number meant to impress your mind. It is a symbol of magnitude, a sign that I do not only want to mend the torn places in your life, but also renew the very foundation upon which you stand. I do not only give you just enough to get through the day and then leave you to continue living in anxiety. I desire to lead you from mere survival into stability, from stability into abundance, and from abundance into the ability to become a source of uplift for others. When I bless you, I do not look only at what your hands will receive, I also look at the other hands that will be touched through your life. Therefore, do not fear what is great. Do not keep asking whether you are worthy according to the way the world measures. Ask whether your heart is ready to remain humble, grateful, and faithful with what I entrust to you. A great blessing requires a spacious heart, not for boasting, but for preserving, stewarding, and sharing with pure love. I do not lift you up so that you may become distant from others, but so that you may bend down and help others rise. I do not make your life shine so that you may become proud, but so that this light may become a sign that my kindness is still moving, even in the driest days. Child, keep your heart tender. Let faith replace the voice of lack. Let hope enter the place that once was closed. What I am about to do does not need permission from those who once doubted you, nor is it limited by doors that once rejected you. When my appointed time comes, what was delayed will begin to move. What was hidden will be revealed, and what seemed lost will be replaced by something better. You need only stay near me, trust in me, and walk with a clean heart. I am your Father, the one who knows what you need before you even name it. And in this season, I am preparing for you not merely a gift, but a transformation that will make you understand that throughout all the days behind you, I never left you. A word buried for a long time can awaken within you a mysterious flow. But what I want you to hear today does not lie in outward haste. It lies in deep inward watchfulness. Beloved child, do not let your heart run after the noise of fleeting promises. And do not let your eyes be drawn into glittering things until you forget the hand of mine that is quietly guiding you. What I place before you in this season does not need display, does not require you to announce it to everyone, and does not require you to prove yourself to those who cannot yet understand your journey. There are blessings that need to be nurtured in silence, like a seed beneath the dark soil, not because it is weak, but because it is being protected until the day it is strong enough to rise into the light. The reason I teach you to keep certain things hidden is not because I want you to live in fear, but because I want you to treasure what is being formed within you. There are people who truly love you, yet their uncertainty may cause your heart to sway when your faith is still growing day by day. There are people who have not yet seen what I see in you, so they may unintentionally plant hesitation within you. There are also those who rejoice too soon, speak too much, and create noise around something that needs to be nourished by peace. Therefore, guard what I am building within you with gentle wisdom. Let it take root before it blooms. Let it become steady before it steps into crowded places. Let your heart be strengthened by me before you face the many different gazes of the world. I know you have hoped and then been disappointed. I know there were doors you thought would open, yet they closed right before your eyes. I know the times when you gave all your effort and still felt the results slipping from your hands, causing you to quietly wonder whether you had been forgotten. But my child, I have never forgotten you. Those silences were not meant to destroy you, but to shape within you endurance, maturity, and a faith that no longer depends on outward signs. What you thought was delay was often preparation. What you thought was loss was often the way I cleared the road so that something better could enter. When I speak of 2 minutes, I am not only speaking of a brief measure of time. I am speaking of the moment when you choose to stand on the side of faith or turn back toward fear. 2 minutes can become the boundary between doubt and decision, between a hand closed tightly by anxiety and a hand opened by trust. In that small space of time, you can breathe more slowly, lay down your tangled thoughts, and say to me, I am ready. I do not need you to be perfect. I only need your heart to open. I do not require you to see the whole road. I simply invite you to take one more step in the light I give you today. So understand that the miracle I bring is not separate from the years you have walked through. Every quiet tear, every prayer without words, every time you still chose what was good, even when no one saw, all of it has been kept by me. Nothing in your life is wasted when it is placed in my hands. I am the one who can make the small grow, heal what is cracked, and turn seasons that seemed barren into a land that bears fruit. Be at peace, beloved child. What I am doing within you may be quiet, but it is not small. It may seem slow to your eyes, but it is right on time within my plan.